To begin your breathing exercise, you're going to want to set yourself up in a lying position, lying on your back. Place a pillow underneath your knees just for comfort, and you might want a small pillow underneath your head as well. Now, from here, we're going to focus on taking a nice deep inhale, and we're really aiming to breathe into the very bottom of the lungs. We want to contract the diaphragm, which is one of the breathing muscles, the main breathing muscle that sits at the base of the ribs. And this is called belly breathing because we are imagining that we're breathing into our belly. And if you think about your belly as a balloon, every time we inhale, we want the belly to expand. But it actually goes beyond that, because not only are we breathing into the belly, we want the belly to expand, we also want to breathe into the sides of the body and the back of the body. So that's why it's nice to start this from a lying position, because you've got the cue from the surface that you're lying on as to how deep into the back of the body that you're breathing. So we're going to start by taking a nice big deep inhale through the nose if you can. If you can't inhale through your nose, then that could be for various reasons. Perhaps you've got an obstruction, or there's maybe hay fever, and you can breathe in through your mouth, but I would recommend trying to practice to the point where you could breathe through your nose for this one. So everything's nice and relaxed. I'm going to put a hand on my belly, just below my belly button. I'm going to put a hand on my chest. And as I take that inhale in, I want the hand on the belly to rise. And again. And exhale. And as you inhale and exhale, the hand will rise and fall. Now I'm going to put my attention into the sides of my body, so I'm going to put my hands on the sides of my ribs, and I'll take that same inhale nice and deep. And I want to feel myself breathing out into my hands. This is a difficult one. You might not get this the first few times. Breathing in. And breathing out. Feeling for the sides of the body expanding into the hands. And I'm going to put the focus on my back. So this time as I breathe in, I'm going to feel the expansion through the back as my back of my body sinks into the surface. So we're going to inhale. Feel the back of the body push down into the surface. Now you more than likely have to inhale deeper than you would ever normally do to find this, and that's good. That's the practice, that's what we're trying to do. What this does is it forces us to take more air into the base of our lungs, and at the base of our lungs there's lots of wee capillaries and different things that take in oxygen and transfer that oxygen into our blood. And we're missing out if we don't get that oxygen down to the base of the lungs by doing these deep breathing exercises. So let's do that one more time. Hand on the belly, hand on the chest. Inhale. Allow that belly to expand. What you're not doing, you're not pushing your hips off of the surface, you're not arching your lower back. Everything is nice and relaxed. It's purely the air, it's purely expansion of the belly as we take that air into the lungs. So again, inhale. Hold it for a second at the top before we exhale. Now, what ideally we want to do when we're doing any breathing practice, well, this particular breathing practice, there are many, but for this one, what I would like you to get to a point is where the inhale is shorter than the exhale. So by trying to encourage the body to take a longer exhale, we are putting the body into the state of rest and digest, which is the opposite of the fight or flight system. So let's practice that. Let's try and breathe in. I'm going to do a 4, breathe in for 4, breathe out for 6. You might not be quite there. You might have to do a breathe in for 4 and out for 4. Maybe you can only breathe in for 2 and out for 2. It really just depends, and it's something you have to play with. And eventually over time you'll start to be able to take deeper and longer breaths, and eventually over time you'll start to get a longer exhale than the inhale, and that's what we're aiming for. So I'm going to do 4 and 6 just to demonstrate it for you. We're going to take a wee pause at the top and a wee pause at the bottom. So let's inhale. So I'm going to inhale. That was for 4. I'm going to pause at the top and I'm going to exhale for 6. Hold. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 6. And actually I could have exhaled for longer, so I can maybe inhale for 4 and exhale for 8, but again, something for you to play around with and see what you can do.